Tech has said this offseason that Cam Newton is the Patriots starter. But reports say Mac Jones, Mac Jones got more reps on a number of occasions and up to the final day of minicamp. Look better than Cam, that's what they're saying. An anonymous Patriot even said the rookie quarterback sees the game the way offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels sees it. All right, anonymous. So, Acho, are you confident Cam wins the starting job over who? Mac Jones?
No, sir. I don't think Cam Newton will win the starting job over Mac Jones. Here's what we have to do, y'all. Sometimes it's tough on this show for Sel and I to remove our, not biases, but remove our affiliations, if you will.
Stop projecting over here.
It is. You talk about your Clippers.
Huh?
And you love your Clippers relentlessly.
And Chargers.
Exactly.
And Bills.
It's hard for us to remove our affiliations, our feelings. So here's what I'm going to do for the sake of this argument.
Let's do it right.
I'm going to make some players and some statistics faceless and nameless.
Oh, really?
For the sake of this argument.
All right, let's do it.
32 out of 34 first-round quarterbacks since 2010 started a game their rookie season. 94% of first-round quarterbacks since 2010 started a game their rookie season. An individual that was a starting quarterback last year gave his backup 4 opportunities to take his job. An individual gave his backup 4 opportunities to take his job. 32 out of 34 quarterbacks since 2010, first-round picks, started a game their rookie season. Now, Mac Jones, now to bring a face to it, is a first-round quarterback. And Mac Jones would be the backup quarterback to Cam Newton. If Cam Newton allowed his backup 4 opportunities to take his job last year, and this year, Cam Newton's backup is a first-round pick who already has a 95% chance of starting this year, then Sel. It's abundantly clear that Cam Newton will very, very, very much so unlikely win the starting job. And even if he does, I doubt he will keep the starting job. Faceless, nameless, stats and facts.
Okay, your best way of being objective after that Paul George, a Clipper rant that you went on that wasn't as objective. I respect what you just said. You're right. There is a 6% chance, though. That's all I heard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not listening to 94. That's over there. Over here, 6% chance to keep Cam Newton in his position. But, yes, I'm confident he will win the starting job. One, the guy who's making the decision already said he's the starter, so that kind of helps. Acho, forget TV and cameras. And
just us.
Just us.
So y'all ain't here.
All right, we walk out on the field, and Coach looking at us. We both play linebacker. This is me now. I'm 250, so yeah, I can play linebacker. I ain't gonna cover everybody, but I'm there. We walk out. Coach say, "Come here, Wiley. You starting? How you feel?"
I'm sick.
Okay, good. You should be sick because you're Mac Jones. And guess what? That's what he said to Cam Newton. He's starting. Now, all that has to happen are 2 things. You got to be better than me, which is going to be tough, if not impossible, because perception is reality. When a coach already perceives you as the starter, he ain't even respecting fully what you gonna do. Because I've been a backup before balling before the starter. And I'm like, dog, I'm over here beating him out. But there's more to the equation than just what you see. 2, I got to go backwards. You're betting on that one. Cam's going backwards. I can give you some of that based off of year 1. But I remind you, year 1, Belichick system in New England. Either you sit or you suck. Simple as that, and I got name after name that has lived up to that same billing. In New England, I think Bill Belichick loves to remind new players, young players, that it ain't all sweet up here. This New England clam chowder culture ain't sweet, bruh. You're gonna have to taste it. They done made many a good to great players realize, oh, well, maybe I don't cut it up there in New England. So Mac Jones is the future, therefore he's not the present. Cam Newton's going to take the lumps for this team, partly because they're built to run the football. Cam Newton is going to look worse in practice than most quarterbacks because what his greatest attribute, at least in balance, is running the football. And one thing you can't do in practice is have a running quarterback or touch that running quarterback. So we don't even understand when plays break down. Cam Newton takes off for the first down. When plays break down, he extends it and throws that pass for that touchdown. You don't get that complexion in practice. So Mac Jones is going to look better because Cam Newton got hurt this minicamp. Cam Newton can't run in minicamp, and his greatest attributes aren't being highlighted. But when Coach already pointed out that you the man, good luck trying to prove him wrong.
Well, let me start here.
Okay, let's start there.
Words in 2021, we know that they mean nothing. The reason, Sel, that you always bring up I'm super single, still not sure what the super prefix means, but
yeah, what were you
the reason you always bring up that I am super single is, Sel, I got trust issues.
You think we don't see him? What you mean? Like you breaking news.
But I got trust issues with the words, and I got trust issues with the world. So, dating relationships don't mean nothing, America. Even people who are engaged, that don't mean nothing. Engagements can get broken off. But
1, 2, 3, 4, hit it.
But when somebody's married, that's when you like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay, you about that life. Yeah. I feel you.
He off limits, she off limits. That's it.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick ain't married to Cam Newton. He's not even engaged to Cam Newton. Bill Belichick is seeing Cam Newton. Because when you seeing somebody, you can go see somebody else. Like he saw Jarrett Stidham at the end of the 49ers game. Like he saw Jarrett Stidham at the end of the Chargers game.
The Uber driver taking them home.
When you dating somebody, you can go date somebody else. Bill Belichick is just dating Cam Newton. He ain't worried about that level of commitment. But furthermore, let me bring this back to domesticated house life.
Yeah. How you know?
Here's what I do know.
What, you grew up
So
in one?
I get a lot of gifts now, right? People
I've noticed you just got a Lexus, and I heard they gave you 2. Sam or me? What did you do?
People just send me stuff. Now, here's the problem. When somebody sends me something from my house, it might be a pillow, it might be a blanket, whatever the case may be, I have to try to find a way to make room for it. But when I go buy something for my house, it makes room for itself.
I like that.
It makes room for itself when I buy something for my house because I intentionally had a place to put it. But when somebody gifts me with something, now I just got to put it in the closet, or maybe I'll use it until I go buy what I actually want. First-round picks make room for themselves. Because Bill Belichick actually went out, and he's drafted 12 quarterbacks in his coaching tenure, but only one in the first round. So Bill Belichick went out and purchased Mac Jones, and Mac Jones was expensive. First-round picks, they make room. Whereas Cam Newton was an afterthought last year in June or July when he was picked up, and they had to try to find a way to put him somewhere until they actually purchased what they wanted. So that, if nothing else, Sal, is why I'm convinced it's really Mac Jones' job and Cam Newton's a placeholder.
I like all of that, man. But you need to give me your IG login, because these DMs sounding real thirsty. They sending you pillows and blankets? That's what the girls do now? Thirsty?
You married. What you need my IG login for? What you gonna do?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Hey, Marino, these eyeballs still go up and down and swipe. What is it, scroll? I don't know. Let me just see where these pillows and blankets. I got room. Once you get out of Beverly Hills adjacent, you have more room, damn it. Go to Beverly Hills, you have room. Here's the thing. Boy, you going a long way with this whole, oh, you're an afterthought and you're the guy I want. Because you gotta respect the birth certificate. You gotta respect the experience level. You gotta respect what you're bringing Mac Jones into. And first, let's introduce him to it. Mac Jones has not even seen the NFL speed yet. He doesn't know what the speed limit is. He doesn't know the rules of the road. He doesn't know anything. He only started 17 games at Alabama. I'm not slighting Mac Jones. That's not the heaviest of resumes, especially when most people say you were on the most talented, most productive team in Alabama history. So let's just say maybe in terms of resources around you. Now we're going to throw him to the fire in a sit or suck system in year 1, most complex offensive system, at least a lot of my friends and former teammates told me about New England. It was customized. The glove did fit Tom Brady for 20 years. They take the glove off. Acho, you see my fingers? I had custom gloves. Look at this. Take this, and 20 years of sweat, tears, blood. Then they take them off, and for some reason, they say, Acho, put them on. They're not gonna fit. They didn't fit Cam Newton last year. So what they do, they went out there and got more gloves. They went out there and got more resources. They went out there and drafted well. They went out there and spent the most money in free agency, damn near history. Now, Cam Newton, let's just see if it fits. If it doesn't fit, we'll try to force it. If we can't force it, we got backup. To me, that's the process.
Let's talk ball, Sal. You always bring up the fact that we don't have a host. America, hopefully you all feel fortunate because it's just 2 dudes keeping it real. So I'm going to keep it real, and I love my dog so he wouldn't trip. We know that there are first-round picks that we all played with or that were drafted who really had no business being on the field when they got on the field. But because they were a first-round pick, they played. My dog, a dude I consider a little bro of mine, Marcus Smith. We drafted him maybe 2014 Philadelphia Eagles from Louisville. Dude balled in college. I think led the league in sacks his last year in college. We take him in the first round, relatively unnecessarily. Still had Brandon Graham playing for the Eagles. Brandon Graham made the biggest play in the Eagles' biggest game, the Super Bowl, which they won. Still had a dude named Connor Barwin coming off of an NFC leading sack season. But we drafted a defensive end in the first round. So we draft him in the first round. I'm trying to figure out where this dude gonna play, because we still got two great defensive ends, but the Eagles didn't think Brandon Graham still had a lot of talent left, so he was supposed to take over for BG. Marcus Smith wasn't good enough to take over for BG. So guess what happens and who strolls in as I'm sitting in inside linebacker rooms during training camp. All of a sudden walks in this 6'4", 260-pound defensive end, first-round pick, Marcus Smith. Because they couldn't find a place to put him at outside linebacker defensive end. They're like, no. We drafted you in the first round. You gonna find the field because you're a first-round pick, and we make room for first-round picks. Even if Cam Newton is more talented, I'm not convinced that Mac Jones won't get burned, because I know in my experience